Do 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 do. Oh, how nice of you to join us for another year of Halloween. And today, Jack, the pumpkin queen, is presenting to you a woman very angry, no, outraged by Rebel Wilson losing weight.
This is why I do not trust fat people who become thin. Sorry, I was literally like shaking with anger.
Imagine another human losing weight brings you such intense outrage. I am intrigued, aren't you? Perfect. So sit back, relax, get your Halloween treats, and let's learn about a woman who is very angry about Rebel Wilson losing weight.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
This video is sponsored by me because when you get sponsors, they tell you what you can or can't say. And I personally don't like that. So my protein donut company will be sponsoring today's video along with my workout programs. A free way to support this channel is by hitting the subscribe button and leaving a comment. And did you know that I have a second channel? My goal is to reach 50K by next year, and the Pumpkin Queen would love if you could help me out with that. Okay. Let's start. Today we are talking about a woman on TikTok who is fat, fabulous, and a feminist. Her name on TikTok is Fat, Fab, Feminist. And I can already tell by this word combination that it is going to be a very entertaining segment. This video was sent to me by many humans, and in the messages they were saying, drag her to filth, Jack, bring her down to the underworld. And unfortunately, I cannot. That's Hades' job.
Fine, I'm cool, I'm fine.
He'll be on this channel soon. But I only control Halloween. But I wanted to see what she had to say. Jack is a very open-minded woman. But although I am open-minded, I also have my own opinion and don't let people's emotions or the need to be popular to deter me. Being easily swayed, in my opinion, is not how I became the Pumpkin Queen. So let's see what Fat Fab Feminist had to say.
In order to become more famous, Rebel Wilson gained weight. I just saw a video from Fat Tats on here, and I really wanted it to be not true. I really didn't want it to be true. But it is! She admitted it herself! In 2016, she said, "Oh, there's a girl getting a lot of laughs, a lot easier than me. What is it? How can I get more laughs? Maybe if I was a bit fatter." And suddenly, I was fatter and doing comedy.
I looked it up. She did say that. It was an interview from 2016, very old, and I know this group loves to dig up, but it's true. She did say it.
So let me reiterate. She gained weight to become a comic, and she used fat tropes to advance her career when it was beneficial to her.
I'm very interested to know if she gets this upset when other actors and actresses change their body to benefit their job or their paycheck. You know, like Mr. Phoenix, who lost 52 pounds for his role in The Joker. The 67 pounds Jared Leto slapped on his body for Chapter 27. Man, he got big. Or the 30 pounds that Renee Zellweger put on for Bridget Jones' Edge of Reason. Point is, it's Hollywood. Your body is your job, and you need to fit the job description to get the role. Most actors will gain or lose weight to make more money. Rebel Wilson just chose the fat, funny girl. But the fat, fab, feminist problem with Rebel goes a little deeper. She's agitated because Rebel Wilson is promoting health when it comes to weight loss.
And now, when it's no longer beneficial, she's losing weight under the guise of health.
I personally love when they say under the guise of health because it's most likely one of the reasons. And of course, to look better. A lot of celebrities are politically correct, but down in Halloween town, we are not. When I personally lost weight, it was for the pure fact to look better. I just didn't want to be fat. I didn't like the look. It wasn't aesthetically pleasing to me. Obesity is not my forte. I wanted sculpted shoulders, big boobs pushed up to my face, and a small waist with a fat ass. So when I was originally losing weight, it was for the pure fact to look better because I did not like my fat body. I just wanted to give you a little time to be deranged in the comment section for that. And then when I noticed my family members, friends, people in my life dying in stages of diabetes and heart attacks, getting legs cut off, I thought, maybe losing weight is good for my health as well. Who would have thought that watching people die or getting limbs cut off from a preventable issue would then motivate someone to look at the health aspects of losing weight? Which, something that could have happened to Rebel Wilson. You don't know, I don't know, we all don't know her. But a lot of these people from this group always say the guise of health, and they never say it when skinny people get larger. When Mr. Phoenix lost 52 pounds, he put back his weight, not under the guise of health, but because it's not healthy to be a walking set of bones. And what about Christian Bale? That was an intense transformation of the body for his job, and then he put his weight back on because that's not healthy. I'm not too sure why this is so hard to understand. Actors' bodies are their job, therefore if they want to fit into a role, they must literally fit into that role, whether it's bigger or smaller. Renee Zellweger, for example, after filming Bridget Jones' Edge of Reason, Renee cut her 4,000 calorie day intake that she ate for the movie to gain weight and began exercising and dieting. Apparently people were going insane and saying she's losing too much weight after her movie. The producer spoke out and said she puts weight on for the role. She doesn't take it off to be Renee, he says. She's naturally very tiny. The weight gain was just part of the job. She's very professional, whether we had her falling out of an airplane or covered in pig poo. Once again, if a producer says, well, I see this role being for someone fatter, you get fat. Rebel Wilson has a team. Someone most likely said fat plus funny equals more money, baby. The fat fab feminist acts as if Rebel Wilson was thin and decided to just become obese. Rebel seems as though she has always been heavier. She was not super thin and she wasn't morbidly obese, but she was bigger. Very similar to me, overweight and bigger than all your friends, and you feel like you're Shrek. And what happens when bigger teens who can eat a lot and don't get much exercise start to age? They turn into adults with slower metabolisms and probably a sedentary job and gain more weight. Then her team said, hey, get fatter and make more money. Those are golden words for people who binge eat, and she has said that she has struggled with in the past. All you have to do is literally amplify an already routine action that you are doing daily, and you make more money while doing it. Win-win, except for your heart and kidneys and knees. The fat fab feminist does not like this. She does not like that Rebel gained weight to be the stereotype fat funny woman in media. Now that Rebel Wilson has lost weight and talking about health, this infuriates her.
Are you joking?
Oh no, fat fab feminist, she's not. Losing weight actually will help your health. It's not a joke, it's real.
This is what I mean when I say I am very cautious when fat people become thin.
You know, I never thought that fat people becoming thin would be something that you humans would have to be cautious of. Oh, zero. We must stay cautious of any fat person who is losing weight and talking about this health concept.
She gained weight so she could capitalize off of these fat tropes that have consistently been used to dehumanize fat people for decades. I like genuinely have no words as to how disgusting that is.
I personally don't find it that serious. I think she's being quite extra for TikTok to make sure that her audience is very emotional with her, because that will most definitely rack up the comment section. But I can also see what she's saying. Most of the time when there is a fat person in a show, they are used for comedic relief. The fat funny friend. I've honestly seen in random movies or shows they plop a random fat person in there and they just make them fart. Fat person plus fart equal free funny. But it's a role. It's available. She chose to do it just like the other actors chose to be in the other roles. I'm trying to relate to this, so I'll bring up being black. Yes, this is my day look. It reminds me of the token black friend. They're always funny or play basketball or celebrate Kwanzaa for some reason. Who the I don't know one black person that celebrates Kwanzaa, but whatever. Regrets. They made it a whole special for their token black character. But there's black people that get roles and change the way they talk to sound black. And they're funny. They're there so white people can laugh at us blackies. Because every single black person is funny and talks like this.
Yeah, pretty punk chick. Hey, what's up? We got a problem too, big?
So what am I gonna do? Complain on TikTok about a black actor changing their voice to fit a stereotype? I mean, I could, but it's not that serious to me. There are plenty of other movies that show black people in a very positive, non-stereotypical light. That's all I can relate it to. They're stereotypes that fit.
To gain weight, to be that acceptable fat person that is there only for comic relief, to make fun of your body, and so thin people can make fun of you.
So what happens when a fat watcher thinks that the token fat person in the show or movie is hilarious. Are they allowed to laugh, or are just thin people allowed to laugh? And what is your definition of thin? Because I personally think of myself, or identify, I love using your human's lingo, but I don't find myself thin, I find myself beefy, muscular. Am I allowed to laugh? I just need her to like set out the rubric so I know what I'm allowed to laugh at, what I can laugh at, and what's okay to laugh at.
I cannot believe this. Actually, no. You know what? I can, because this makes complete and utter sense.
Oh good, so we are all on the same page now.
Thin people don't view fat people as human.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
She literally put on this costume of fatness so that she could make money, she could make a career, and now, under the guise of being healthy, she turns her back.
Huh, interesting. She couldn't even finish that sentence. What was that again? She turns her back? Then it just cuts.
She turns her back.
She turns her back on what? On the fat cult because she lost weight? Or because she's talking about health? When did she turn her back on obese people? I can only assume, I can only theorize, because I am not the fat fab feminist, emphasis on feminist, who is clearly upset about a woman gaining more weight in Hollywood to benefit her and then deciding to lose the weight for whatever reason she, a woman, wants. Very interesting. But I can only assume that she's upset because Rebel lost weight. And they have now lost another fat girl. You guys still got Lizzo for now. Now about fat people not being treated like human beings. I personally think many people who do not fit the traditional attractive stereotype get treated similar. Or at the same time, they think they do. Let me explain. There are plenty of obese women that get treated great because they are pretty. So it's definitely not just fat people. It could be people in general who don't look pretty. And just from personal experience, when I was bigger, I took everything so personally all the time. And as I aged, became more self-aware, I noticed a lot of things that was, people don't treat me like human, was actually my insecurity. And looking very deep into my interactions with people and my personality and my vibe, I started observing the people who were very well liked and respected. Yes, there were the occasional pretty people that people just seemed to be nice to because they were pretty and popular, but I'm talking about the people that were really loved. They're positive, they're sweet, they're funny, they're charismatic, and they're caring. They do their own thing and people just seem to gravitate towards them.
And then she said, whatever you do, don't smell that cow. She sure is nice.
If you are someone who is slumped over, looking depressed, looking angry, negative, always talking about how you are the victim, most people will feel that energy as well. I get it for myself when I go out and I'm just a slump of anger, I get treated differently. When I'm in an extremely good mood, I'm smiling, radiant, with positive energy, I get treated differently. I have met so many vibrant, sweet, actually very confident, not TikTok confident, not Tess Holiday confident, not these influencer type people pretending to be confident and then getting upset when someone doesn't find them attractive. I mean absolute real confidence. But these obese women and men just elude positive energy and just put me in a good mood, and people rush to them because they're just so fun to be around. And then there's skinny people who are pretty, who are horrible, and put people in a bad mood. I straight up avoid them. I don't care how skinny, how pretty, how trendy and beautiful you are. If you suck, you just suck. So just think of that. Sometimes you are the problem and sometimes your personality is just not that fun to be around.
This is why I do not trust fat people who become thin. This is why.
That's just a very interesting, and by interesting I mean odd, reason to throw out all trust out of the window. I have never met people so angry about health until I walked into this universe of fat positivity.
I am like, this is really shitty, and I'm so upset. Sorry, I was literally like shaking with anger.
Like Rebel Wilson gaining and losing weight literally made her have some sort of episode. It's dramatically affected her in a negative way. Someone losing weight and talking about health.
As a fat person, I need people to understand that being fat does not make you less of a person.
This is something they always do, and I think it's quite comical. They bring up a celebrity or popular individual who lost weight or talked about how obesity negatively affected their life, and then they finish off their little TikTok by saying, being fat doesn't make you any less of a person. Don't listen to them, implying that said person vocalized that fat people are not worthy or beautiful or they are less of a person because they're fat. Rebel Wilson absolutely never said that, but they like to make their audience feel emotion, and when people get emotional, they can get fake mad about a celebrity gaining and then losing weight with you. And it makes your extremely weak points and your fake anger look even stronger because you have a whole angry clan behind you upset about the same stupid shit.
We are not caricatures. We are not the stereotype that you think we are.
Some are. We were just talking stereotypes on my Instagram, and there's the stereotype that black people just go run when they laugh. They just gotta run it all out.
While most races establish closeness with laughter, black men are known to create distance between each other.
Hey y'all, come look at this.
Well, me and my friend were at the beach and we were just laughing, and right there, caught running. Watermelon, it's a black stereotype rooted in slavery and all that, but my mom came to visit. Tell me why my mom's ass walks into my house with the largest watermelon I've ever seen as a gift. And within 2 minutes of setting her toe into my house, she was asking where she can get fried chicken. I am not kidding. I told her about a place down in San Diego and she said, no, Michelle. I said real fried chicken, and drove an hour to a place called Lolo's Fried Chicken. Oh my God. And not to mention my white ass boyfriend's family, who fits a lot of white people stereotype. No seasoning being one. There is literally no seasoning in that house, just a lonely, unused bottle of salt collecting dust in their pantry. And guess what? I have a lot of funny, fat friends.
I don't understand how y'all can see why stereotypes are problematic for every other group except fat people.
That's not true. They can be problematic and true and quite funny, like in my case. But I do think fat people like this only pay attention to their stereotype. I was watching a show called Close Enough, and there was a whole episode on bodybuilders, full of hurtful, did I say hurtful? I'm sorry. I meant completely true and hilarious stereotypes that were amplified because it's a cartoon and a show, and they have to do that to be entertaining.
What we do here isn't just exercise, Josh. It's a church where we max out greatness, annihilate weakness, and discover unrealized swole potential. Weights are my angels, and gains are my god.
Well, the fat fab feminist and all of these body positive people fight for the muscular people's constant portrayed stereotype in the media. Well, they make their TikToks, write their novels on Instagram. No. Because they most likely laugh at people that do this shit because bodybuilders are freaks.
Annihilate weakness.
It is still so embedded in the mainstream to make jokes about people's bodies. It doesn't matter who it is. Stop doing that.
Let's just say mainstream media did stop all of what she wants to stop. There's still YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and your platform, the Fat Fab Feminist, TikTok, and of course, oh yes, the real world. Oh no, not that, not reality. There's always going to be that person that will make fun of you for whatever you look like. And there will be those people that like that kind of content and think it's funny.
I just came over here for some peace and quiet. My restaurant's packed and loud. Zoom! Bob looks sweatier than usual. What, is he having a baby back there?
Bob's got the yips, Jimmy.
Glenn, stop.
He can't flip a burger, but we still love him.
Oh, Bob's got yips, like that catcher I used to boo. Hilarious.
I personally do not mind body jokes, fat jokes, skinny jokes, muscle jokes, big forehead jokes. Comedy is subjective, and asking people to stop is unrealistic.
Stop making fatness the butt of your jokes because, first of all, they're unoriginal and unfunny.
She is completely setting herself up for disappointment.
Second of all, fat people exist.
Yes, we know. Obesity is increasing at a very rapid pace.
So those jokes actually impact the way that people treat us and disrespect us.
People that cross the line and treat fat people, or anyone that doesn't fit their personal form of beauty, differently are assholes. Don't be around those people. And if you run into them in the real world, walk away. I run into very many assholes in the real world. I am not an obese person. People treat me a different way sometimes. I'm also a grown-ass woman who does not have to be around those type of people. So this brings us to her next video. She responded to a guy who lost 100 pounds. When I lost 100 pounds and started to be taken more serious by everyone.
Controversial opinion, I completely understand losing weight to be treated better by the world. Existing in a fat body is very difficult. I have come to terms with it and I am comfortable with my body, but that doesn't mean that every fat person is going to want to go through this. So I get it. Some people don't want to spend the rest of their life fighting this uphill battle to be seen as a human being, to be treated well, to be treated with respect. So if you're going to lose weight because you want to be treated better, I understand that. But the horrifying thing is, once you lose weight and you see that you are being treated better, you don't know who is treating you well because they are a good person and who's treating you well because you're now thin.
Okay, so I can see what she is saying. I already said what I said about my experience. I started getting treated differently when I lost weight, but it's kind of hard to say because when I started breaking out of my comfort zone, I also broke out of my shell. So people, of course, treated me differently. I was so much more vibrant and fun, talkative. So yes, if you start acting like a breath of fresh air instead of a depressed fart cloud, people will treat you differently. Nobody really wants to be around a fart cloud, except Kimchi from Chowder because he's kind of cute. And just going by what the guy was talking about in the beginning, people started taking me seriously, and I can personally understand why people would start taking you seriously after you dropped 100 pounds. Excuse my French, but that's some hard shit. A lot of people say they want to lose weight, and most people don't. So the fact that you did it, they're probably like, wow, he's serious. So I don't know if it hurts his feelings or anyone else that is now feeling that people take you more seriously after your weight loss, but I personally think that it's just a form of respect because so many people want to lose weight and never do. Now about the fat fab feminist, she goes into saying that she will absolutely never lose weight and she will stay fat to make sure that people around her are authentic.
And to some people it's worth it, but I personally would rather stay fat for the rest of my life and know that the people in my life are here because they are good people, because they respect me.
So one, that is one of the most comedic reasons I have ever heard come through someone's mouth as to why they would never want to lose weight. She fears that people will treat her different, so she would rather have a heart attack, have an increased chance of diabetes and get limbs cut off, and not to mention all the other shit she can get, all because she's scared people will treat her different. 2, she is literally treating someone who decided to lose weight differently now that she lost weight. And 3, people in the body positive community have always treated people who decide to lose weight or gain weight differently. There are plenty of people who have spoken out about being in the body positive space and then intentionally losing weight, starts talking about how better they feel, and they start getting treated differently or exiled, banished from the group because their look is no longer beneficial for the group. Losing weight, you say? For health? Well, that goes against everything we stand for. We're sorry. We can no longer use you for our own benefit. Get out! These people talk about actresses gaining weight and losing weight and benefiting off of fatness, acting like they don't benefit off of fatness themselves. Tess Holiday, Lizzo, all the fat influencers, even the fat fab feminists, all benefit off of being fat and benefit off of others being fat because they need people in their cult to make their cult under the guise of body positivity so they can get the attention that they've always craved, under the guise of the world hates fat people and they don't see you as human, or to spark fear in your hearts that if you lose weight, the people around you will all of a sudden just treat you completely differently for your looks. Just a little daily tip from the Pumpkin Queen: if you are obese and the people around you were very mean and rude to you and then you lost weight and those people are now nice to you, tell those people to fuck off and don't be around those people. All my friends that were around me when I was bigger treat me exactly the same way because they were just good people. And if they didn't, you know what I would do? Well, those were my thoughts on what the fat fab feminist had to say. I don't agree with her. I agree with her a little bit, but for the most part, I just don't. I don't understand the outrage. I don't get it, but that's what makes us so special. I am a pumpkin queen. I am entitled to my opinion, and she is a woman on TikTok upset about Rebel Wilson losing weight and talking about health, and she's entitled to say whatever she wants to say. Thank you, you too. Yes, thank you to you for coming on this channel and spending our first video for Halloween month with me. There's gonna be so many more characters coming, so make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and follow me on Instagram. And Jack Skellington will see you next Halloween.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrum.